Welcome to day 2 of bite-sized nails for Spooktober. Yes, I'm back at it with the Novo Ovo claw tip. I think after I'm done with this set, I will be giving the claw tips a break because I now know my sizes by heart. And I think that means that I have definitely been doing it too much. So after this, I think I'm gonna mix it up with other shapes. But for now, I'm gonna stick with my bone theme, I think, because I was going medieval, but I tried medieval fun on this hand and I don't want color right now. I want to rip these off. So we're just gonna go bone white, dirty looking medieval nails for this one. Apparently, I'm a huge fan of medieval fantasy, you know, dragons, witches, warlocks, all that stuff. That is like the second plane within 3 minutes. I swear they do not exist outside of whenever I'm actually trying to film. Anyways, I'm taking my inspiration from witches and warlocks, but I want to keep the medieval, like the traditional medieval theme with gold and silver, or at least like the embellishments, you know, upon like wooden shields or just in royalty specifically, I believe. And I think if I'm gonna do anything like that, I'm probably gonna do it on this nail and it's going to be silver. I feel like silver is a good compromise for me not wanting color right now, which is crazy because I'm in my gold era and I freaking hate silver right now. But for some reason, it feels like the safest color. So I'm using my pearlescent white and I'm so sad. It's honestly almost empty. I don't know why I said honestly like I was revealing a big secret. It's almost empty. I'm almost through with it, which is crazy because I've been using these polygels specifically on and off for like, what, 4 years? 3 or 4 years? It took me this long to get through them. I mean, granted, I do not do dual forms a lot. I am a dual form hater, but whenever you do them right, they're actually not that bad. So maybe I'll be branching off to other dual forms this year or next year. Also, I did find that comment that I was looking for yesterday that I wanted for the video and couldn't credit it. And I'll put it in here because this is probably one of the best tips I've ever gotten and it's made dual forms a lot more enjoyable. So thank you so much for this. It helped tremendously. I still don't think I'm going to keep this length just because I don't want to keep this length. But if I ever did want to go full length claw tip or had like the ability to do that, because this is my hobby, by the way. I have a job, I work. Then that's a fantastic tip all the way. Whenever they're short and thick like this, I see that I don't really need it, the builder gel underneath, but and then I'm just going to cure the top of the tip so that it doesn't run away from me when I'm curing it fully. Oh, no spillage. That's probably one of the best ones I've done. Nice. I think I'll fill that one in with builder gel. Actually, do I want to keep the length? This feels very fun. No, I can't. I can't. Stop it. Well, what if I did? What? Okay, I definitely think that this is a better bone white than the sparkly one, and obviously, you know what? That might have been very apparent to some of you, but for me, oh, come on. 'Twas not. That is so very satisfying. I miss long nails so much. Oh my gosh. That is so sturdy. I basically just cut off the overhang, the stuff that probably wasn't gonna have, or stuff that didn't have a structure to begin with. But now I'm going to file up the sides, crisp it up, and then I'll be right back. At the very end, after all is said and done, I'll go file from the underside and make this a sharp point again. I don't want it to be very sharp because I do be handling stuff and be nearing people's face sometimes, so I don't want to gouge your eye out. So, what's a fun little thing I can talk about while I do this nail art? Actually, let me talk about this, and then I'm going to buff some pearl powder on it. That's how I got this kind of bone color on this nail, and I want them all to semi-match. So, a fun little thing that I can talk about, because I want to talk about some spooky stories this month, because it's Halloween month. And I have a few spooky stories, not very many. Most of them exist within a bubble, so I have no witness. So whenever I tell those stories, I like to give a disclaimer that it could have fully been in my childhood head that things were happening when they were not. But this one is a story that it's ingrained in my memory because of how specific the circumstances were, and what happened in it made me so convinced. Okay, I'll just tell you it. So in the summer of 2013, I believe, because that was the year that Attack on Titan came out, and I was very much so obsessed with those giant cannibals, and I was home alone, the only person that didn't have a job yet because I was still in school, and I was watching the most tragic part at the time, when the first season came out. We all know what's happening in that forest, and I was on the edge of my seat freaking out, and I think I got a text or something from my mom telling me to put the laundry outside because our washer or dryer had it was the dryer. The dryer had broken, and it was that record summer heat where everything was so freaking hot. Not even the bugs were outside. Everything was just trying to escape the oppressive summer sun. And I didn't mind at all, honestly. I think I minded pausing the show more than I did going outside and hanging up laundry. And also, I really did mind those spiders that would hide inside the cool wet towels, because my biggest op are those spiders. But it was fine. I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. Now that I think back on it, it's a very fond memory of it's very domestic. And once you grow up, move out, if you so choose to do that, you kind of miss it, But I thought that I was the only person home, so I was watching the newest episode that came out, crying over it, and then I went and I started reading the manga, and I heard the bedroom wall directly next to the computer room, which is where I had been watching it at the time, someone banged on it, and I thought that it was my sister because that was her room, obviously, and I thought it was because I was being too loud, and it was maybe her day off and she wanted some sleep. So I was like, dang, you didn't gotta bang on it like that. I'll be quiet. I didn't know. I'm not a jerk to most people. I feel like sisters are kind of the exception, but even then, I'm not bad to them. So I would have been quiet. So I was quiet, and I kept reading, and I heard more banging on the wall, and it freaked me out because that was the picture frame wall that had all of our family photos on it. And I was like, dang, what's your problem? And then I'm like, well, what if she's trying to get my attention? She's being an annoying sister would be, where it's just it's her day off. She wants me to do something for her. So I was like, you know what? Fine. And I got up and I went to her room, and I opened the door, and she was laying in her bed, but she didn't answer me, and her light was off. So I was like, you know what? She probably rolled over and hit the wall really hard. And so I was like, okay, you're kind of annoying, but I'm going to leave you alone because I don't want to start nothing, And so I went back to watching Attack on Titan. It's now many hours later. My sister still hasn't come out of her room. Anyways, and the laundry is definitely dry. So, and I think I get a text because I definitely was not paying attention, but someone told me to go get the laundry. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go grab the laundry. So I'm like, why are they only asking me to grab the laundry? Like stuck up kid attitude. And so I go outside, I grab the laundry, and as I'm grabbing the laundry, the dogs are outside with me and they're sitting there and they're all facing the house. And I'm like already a little freaked out because like there's banging on the wall. My sister won't respond to me. And I don't know, like, why is she doing that? The red healer mix that we had was sitting down right beside me, which that dog was hyperactive. You know how working dogs are, but like he didn't have a job. So he was just usually trotting around, smelling everything, like playing with the other dogs. But no, he was sitting right next to me, staring at the house with like our tiny dog and then our little mutt and growling. And I'm like, don't growl because I'm gonna crap your pants and I have to go back inside because I don't want to sit out here in this heat. So you better be messing with me, say it right now. And they didn't. They just kept staring, glaring at the house, and I saw movement in the curtains. And when I tell you that like I don't believe in ghosts, so the first thought was someone's in the house, I was freaking out a little bit, but I was like, of course there's someone in the house, idiot. Your sister's in there. So I'm like, y'all freaking me out for no reason. And I quiet them down, take the laundry back inside. My sister's room door is still closed. So I go back to reading some Attack on Titan manga, and this is when I hear banging on the wall again, but this time it sounds like she's like knocking to get my attention or just like be honestly a dick. And I'm like, you know what? This is so strange and not at all normal behavior for her because I've always been on like semi really good terms with my sisters. And like she wouldn't do that just for a prank because it's not funny. It's just annoying. So I go to her room. There's still like banging on the wall. The stuff is rattling a little bit. I'm about to catch her in the act, and I yank that door open, and that lump on the bed freezes. And I'm like, you're actually irritating me. So I like pick up, I think it was something heavy, like a sandal or something, and I throw it at the bed, and it hits the lump in the blanket, and it fully deflates. And I'm like, oh my god. There was nothing on her bed, essentially. There was nothing underneath the blanket. It was completely hollow. And I'm like, someone is in this house. It's not my sister, and they are not supposed to be here. So I run outside. I text my mom, my sisters. I'm like, hey, is my sister there with you today at work? Like, did you like drop her off at work? What time did she get home? And my mom's like, well, we all left at the same time. She's been working. No one's come home yet. And I'm like, there is someone in the house. There's an intruder in here. And she's like, wait outside. We're coming home right now. And so I take all the dogs outside, run out of there, and I'm just sitting in the shade trying to escape the heat. I would not voluntarily do this. I would not voluntarily like pretend there's a ghost just so that I could get attention and then be forced to like sit outside in 108-degree heat. Like that summer was genuinely insane. And they come speeding home, my sisters and my mom. Like, I love them so much. And they all grab kitchen knives and start canvassing the house. And eventually it comes up that like no one's inside. And so my mom's like, there's no one in here. Like, it's fine. You did the right thing. You called us. And I was like, okay, like whatever you say, I believe you. You're the ones who took kitchen knives room to room. I didn't necessarily feel unsafe after that, but I did feel unsettled. And some other things happened after that. I don't know if I would call them paranormal or paranoia, but I tried to bring it up to my sister a few days or a few weeks ago. She has no recollection of this happening, and I haven't talked to my mom or other sibling yet to see if they remember it, but I remember it so vividly that whenever I was in high school, I wrote either my end of the year memorable memory essay on it, or it was the what did we do the summer essay. I wrote it on that, and even my teacher didn't believe me. And you know what? I never said it was a ghost, okay? I just said there was something in the home and it was freaking me out. And my family, my sisters and my mom like went inside the house, cased it with some knives, came back outside and said, no one's in there. So I don't believe that was paranormal, but it was scary. There were in my family home like 2 exits, obviously, like a front door and a back door, and a crap ton of windows. But I don't know. Have you ever had something like that happen to you? Anyways, tell me about it if you feel like it in the comments. I'm feeling very spooky this month. I've never shared the story online before. I've never shared any story like that online before, so I'm interested in the type of feedback that I'll get. But that is it from me for day 2. If you liked what you saw today, like and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. We listen and we judge here. Have a good day or night, wherever you are, whenever you are, and I will see you on day 3.